Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and Hammer Productions Night. Tonight, I will be reviewing The Men of Sherwood Forest, released in 1954. The Men of Sherwood Forest stars Don Taylor, Reginald Beckwith, Ballard Berkeley, Wensley Pithey, Eileen Moore, David King Wood, Patrick Holt, Vera Pearce, Douglas Wilmer, John Van Eyssen, John Kerr, and Leslie Linder. The Men of Sherwood Forest was directed by Ballard. Now this is one of those films where Hammer ventured away from horror. Yes, they could do non-horror films. And in this one, they tackled Robin Hood. And it is a very well-made Robin Hood film. I would expect nothing less from Hammer, though, because Hammer always gives us a good production, and there's always good performances in their films. So, it's just that this is one that doesn't have any top names in it, with the exception of Douglas Wilmer, who many of you might recognize his name from the 1965 television series Sherlock Holmes. And playing Nayland Smith in the Christopher Lee Fu Manchu movies, The Brides of Fu Manchu and The Vengeance of Fu Manchu. Other than that, though, this cast is basically a lot of lesser-known actors. But that doesn't mean it's a bad film. The performances in this are quite good. Don Taylor playing Robin Hood was quite impressive in this film. He's got that same kind of charisma and boyish charm to him that Errol Flynn had in The Adventures of Robin Hood. Reginald Beckwith plays a very likable and enjoyable Friar Tuck, and it's very unusual for a Robin Hood film to have Friar Tuck as your main sidekick character to Robin Hood. He's normally just a secondary character, and your main sidekick to Robin Hood is either Will Scarlet or Little John. In here, that's flipped. Friar Tuck gets more screen time in this film and is more the sidekick to Robin Hood than Will Scarlet, as played by John Van Eyssen, which I mentioned on Horror of Dracula I'd never seen John Van Eyssen play in anything else, in which he played Jonathan Harker in that one. But in here he's playing Will Scarlet, and so I've seen him in something else from Hammer. And then Leslie Linder plays Little John. Now he does get a little bit more screen time than Will Scarlet, but it's nowhere near the screen time of Friar Tuck as a character. So, and ironically, there is no Sheriff of Nottingham in this film. Your main villain of this is Sir Guy Bolton, played by David King Wood. And David King Wood plays Sir Guy in a very good, sinister, bad guy manner. And then, because he is wanting his cousin, I guess it is, Richard the Lionhearted, played by Patrick Holt, who is in a prison in Germany at the start of the film and is about to be released. So Sir Guy is wanting him assassinated before he can try and regain the throne, because he wants it for himself. So, the one character that Douglas Wilmer plays, Sir Nigel Saltine, was, he starts off where he's, portrayed as being a loyal man for Richard the Lionhearted. but he wears full-on black, and he is basically dressed like the Sheriff of Nottingham. So when the big twist comes, the midway point of this film in which he reveals that he is in league with Sir Guy, it didn't fool me at all.
Robin Hood in Belton?
He's been there these last 20 hours.
Has he indeed? You've done your task well, lad. I'll tell your master so.
You mean I don't need to find the Count Moraine?
No need at all, lad. I'll take your message to him.
Thank you kindly. Good luck, sir.
Good luck.
I saw that twist coming a mile away, unfortunately. If you wanted to make me think he was really a good guy playing in this, you shouldn't have made him all in black and made him dressed like he was the variation of the Sheriff of Nottingham, because I saw that coming already. But it was interesting seeing him play a villain, because like I said, prior to this, I had only seen him playing good guys like Sherlock Holmes and Nayland Smith. So seeing him get to play this full-on bad guy was pretty interesting. When Richard comes back, Robin Hood and his merry men make sure that he's safe and everything. But the character that helps along with Robin Hood in this is not Marian. It is a character unique to this film adaptation, and that is Lady Alice, played by Eileen Moore. And she is a very attractive actress, and she does a really good job in this role. I just don't understand why it wasn't Marian. But she has this attraction to Robin Hood, and it seems like maybe Robin Hood and Lady Alice are going to be together by the end of this film, right? But once Sir Guy is brought down and Richard is back on his throne where he belongs, Lady Alice is seen standing next to, I believe, Brian of Eskdale, played by John Kerr. And it is revealed that she is to be wed to him. So why was she fraternizing and being all sexy with Robin Hood earlier in this thing? I mean, it's just so weird that you introduce this, who she's going to be betrothed to, late in the film. He's nowhere to be seen the rest of the film, and she seemed to be all interested in Robin Hood at one point, and now all of a sudden she's going to be married to this guy. But yeah, that's a nitpick, I know, but it was kind of weird. But Don Taylor, I don't know if he is as physical as the Robin Hood that we see in this, but there are moments in this film where his Robin Hood does some really cool, stealthy, athletic things, and it was so well done that I don't know if it was really Don Taylor doing it, and he may have been a really athletic actor to begin with, so he was able to do his own stunt work in that. But if it was a double, that was well done. But overall, the action sequences, this was well shot by Val Guest, well put together, everything. I would give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. It's not the greatest of Hammer films, but it is not bad. And like I said, Hammer did a great job in this Robin Hood story. But what do you think? Have you seen this film? considering how rare this film is, I doubt you have. But if you have, do you agree with my review? Has my review made you want to search out this film and find it? Let me know in the comments down below. And, as usual, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, because it really does help this channel out a lot. Alright, well that's it for Hammer Productions Night. Hope you've enjoyed this quite different film for Hammer Productions Night. It says Hammer Productions after all. Oh, by the way, I want to note one more thing before I leave this video. Hammer Productions Night will also include some Amicus films and other films that some of the Hammer actors have done, such as Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, and so on. So it's not going to just all be Hammer, but most of the time it will be a Hammer Productions film. But every once in a while I might throw in an Amicus film or maybe even a Fu Manchu film from Christopher Lee. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed this one, and I hope you will join me tomorrow for Action Movie Night. See you then. Thanks for watching.